In this video, I'll be talking about unchecked population and exponential growth. First, I'll talk about what is the definition of unchecked population. An unchecked population is when the population is not checked by predators. To clarify, an unchecked population will take in a place where there aren't any predators and where the animals are able to reproduce successfully. For example, in the factors affecting population size, which is an worksheet that Mr. Anderson gave us, it illustrates a good example of an unchecked population. In the question, it states that in 1911, 26 reindeers were introduced onto an island called St. Paul. 5 of them are males and 21 of them are females. On this particular island, hunting is not allowed and predators are not existing. As you can see, this is a good example of unchecked population because it states that on this island, population is not affected by any environmental surrounding. First, because it is isolated, because it is on an island. Second, there are no predators, which means there are no animals to affect this population. And third, there are no human impacts on this population. Now I will move on to my next question. Using the graph, describe and explain implications about unchecked population. To answer this question, I'll be talking about the lag phase. As you can see in the beginning of the graph, the lag phase has a slow increase of population. Because there is a slow increase of population, you could infer that there are not enough animals that are sexually active. Soon it will move on to the exponential phase. At this point, there are enough animals that are sexually active to cause a sudden increase of population. Since there are a lot of sexually active animals, the population will soon double. As the population increases, there will be a limit. So this limit is called the transitional phase. And at this point, the competition is high and the population must maintain themselves or else there is a sudden decrease of population. If the population is well maintained, then it will move on to the plateau phase. And we didn't learn this in class, but this plateau phase seems necessary at this point. And basically, this phase is when the population seems to maintain itself. However, unchecked population can lead to huge problems. Using the information that I just explained to you, you can figure out that the human population is an unchecked population. This leads to the question if the human population can sustain itself as the population is growing dynamically. Once the population grows increasingly fast, there will be a huge supply and demand for resources. Not only will there be a huge problem for resources, but there will be problems in pollution. Unlike animals, we can think for ourselves and we can figure out ways to prevent a sudden decrease in population. Thank you for listening to my video on exponential and unchecked population growth.